let's do the video that I said I was gonna do last month and didn't do because of reasons. This is me convincing you to watch Sharknado. That's probably a Jaws thing. I've never seen Jaws. Hi, my name is Lily. Welcome to my channel where we talk about books and movies and other things that come up in life. So I watched an excellent film in the month of May, I believe it was. So long ago. This film both surprised and delighted. I thought it was gonna be scary, and it was kinda scary, but it wasn't really scary. I thought it was gonna be like a horror movie. Like I said, I haven't seen Jaws either, but I imagine that Jaws is actually scary, whereas Sharknado is just like, sharks, scary, let's run. The first part of this video is no spoilers, so do not be alarmed. I want you to have that wonderful first experience of watching the movie spoiler free, because when you don't know what's coming, you can still tell what's coming, but it's more fun. In a few minutes or so, I will be talking spoilers, but you'll get a warning, so it's all good. Sharknado, Sharknado, Sharknado. I want to know whose idea it was to make a movie about sharks in a tornado and thank them, but also ask them why. This is not your typical movie. It's not very good, it's not very plausible, but it is funny. So Sharknado is about primarily this guy named Finn who lives in California by the beach, and he's like a surfer. He owns this bar by the beach, but all of a sudden there's this hurricane on its way up from Mexico, and water spouts start forming and picking up sharks out of the ocean and bringing them inland. So the people of California have to defend themselves against sharks in tornadoes raining from the sky. So it's pretty much the best movie ever. And that's just the beginning. There is slightly more to the story, and you will see that throughout the entirety of the film. I like to think that this movie is comprised of one-liners and sharks killing people in various ways. I don't think there was a single dialogue exchange between two actors that I thought was good. Everything they say is just, it's the most cliche thing possible. Like, it really does get to the point where you can start to predict what people are gonna say, because you just think, okay, what's the cheesiest thing they could possibly say? And then, like magic, they say it before your very eyes. I recommend it because I think it's hilarious. While I don't think it's very scary, it is pretty brutal. If you don't like sharks, let's say, or you don't like a lot of violence in a movie, this is not the movie for you, because there are sharks and violence in abundance. But it doesn't seem very real. The sharks are CGI. They don't even look real. It's so painful. When I was first seeing it, I was kind of wondering whether these people knew that they were making a bad movie. But no, I've come to realize that this was very intentional. So that was my brief, no spoiler review. Now, this next part of the video is for those of you who have actually watched the movie and are ready to just kind of rant and rave about all its many instances. Like, remember that one part? Yeah, me too. And if you're leaving us now, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment. Bye! And hi! I almost feel like it doesn't matter to say, look out, spoilers ahead, because does it really matter for the movie? I think my favorite thing is that no one even questions the fact that there are sharks raining from the sky. They're just like, here we go again. And it's so not possible for a waterspout to carry sharks out of the ocean and then go so far inland with the sharks still swirling and swirling way out of the waterspout and somehow making it back in as if it's some sort of gravitational pull. Which, I mean, it probably is if you think about science enough, but not that kind, not that strong. I love how they just see the sharks coming and they're like, we gotta fight them. This is what we're meant to do. And I don't even know what to say about the acting. I'm sure that many of these people are serious actors. Did they know that they were starring in a bad movie? And maybe it wasn't just the acting. Maybe it was just the movie as a whole that took good actors and turned it sour. But I don't know, I just feel like every single line was cliche. Like, you ask someone a question and they look off into the distance and tell you a tragic backstory. And then everyone has a renewed sense of purpose for their mission or something. It was so funny. And what's really interesting is that it almost could have been a good movie. Like, it's good in its own way. It's very special. It's a special movie. But I thought it was supposed to be more scary. And it could have been more scary. And I think it could have been taken more seriously that way. Like, there are a lot of crazy natural disaster movies that are scary and you take them seriously, and so I thought this was gonna be one of those, but no, not one of those. maybe next time. I wonder if they do get better as they go. Because I watched the second one, and I won't say anything specific, but I thought it was equally as good as the first. Fun fact, Sharknado has 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes is a movie review site, and if you know anything about it, you know that oftentimes the reviews are not very accurate. They'll take a great movie and they'll say like, 4%, that was terrible. Or they'll take an unfortunate movie and really boost it up there, and then everyone looks to that and says, oh, that must be true. The rating depicts all things. So I don't know how it got an 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is the most brutal review site there is, and either this is a gigantic prank or I missed something big. I appreciated the whole movie, but I especially appreciated the end when Finn had been eaten by a shark and then he comes out of it with the chainsaw. I think I'm remembering that right. It really has been a while since I watched this, so I don't remember everything to the greatest detail. Hopefully I'm not just making stuff up that never even happened. That would be most unfortunate. Here are some of my favorite parts from the movie. If you want to leave some comments letting me know yours, I would love to just get this discussion going. So I hate the part where the bus driver gets eaten. Cause like he helps rescue all these children out of a bus and then like he's almost there, but then nope. Oh, I'm remembering so many things now. So when Finn goes to his ex-wife's house? I was never clear on that. To try to find his daughter. And then I don't remember if it was that the water was traveling uphill to reach their house. Or maybe it was coming from behind and like it was this huge wave washing down the hill, but it only hit their house and it just like blew it up, destroyed it, blasted it into oblivion. That was so funny. Maybe it even exploded from the inside out. I don't remember. I loved Nova's backstory, where she's talking about being left alone on an island or something, surrounded by sharks, and the sharks ate her entire family, and she's just like, I was so sad. I was like, well, yeah, sharks ate your whole family. That's weird. This is a very unique circumstance. You should be more afraid. There was also the time when Finn was going to the hangar where his son works or is part of the military or something. I was never clear on that either. I can't remember exactly what it was about this scene that I thought was so funny. Part of it I know was that just the people in the hangar were so chill. And was it a surprise that he could fly a helicopter? I feel like Finn was trying to find some sort of mode of transportation and they're trying to figure out how to dissipate the water spout, and then his son's just like, I know how to fly a helicopter. I learned it. It's called school. And Nova had that scar, was it on her leg? But she had this scar and someone asked her about it and she's like, oh, it's nothing. And clearly it is a row of shark teeth that had like chomped onto her leg. People are just like, hey, what's that? Where'd you get that? She's like, oh, I don't remember. Looks like you were bit by a shark. I'm pretty sure that has something to do with the shark. There's so many good things. I know I'm forgetting stuff. I think I'm done. If this hasn't convinced you to watch Sharknado, I don't know what will. It's so funny. Like if you're convinced. Also like if you're not convinced. Any likes are appreciated. This has been me convincing you to watch Sharknado. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, because there will be more videos like this in the future, I'm sure of it. I hope you enjoyed Sharknado. You'll see me next time.